The Concrete Connection project acknowledges that the land this podcast was recorded and filmed on is the traditional lands of the Kaurna people, and we respect their spiritual relationship with their country. Welcome to the Concrete Connection project podcast, where we are down trying to raise money and awareness for mental health and to help support charities and organisations that are supporting people that are struggling. We are down today on War Memorial Drive, just outside the city, and you may be asking, Ben, well, that is not a part of the CBD. Well, I'm going to address that in just a moment, but War Memorial Drive makes 301 streets out of the 577 within the city of Adelaide that we are performing and creating on. And we are well over halfway. We only have 276 more streets to go after this. It's all downhill from here. So, we've made 7 donations so far to charities and organisations that's supporting people that are struggling, and I'm pretty proud of that. This is sort of a good chance, now that we're over halfway, to sort of sit and reflect a little bit about what's happened so far in the project. And 7 donations is really good. Sometimes I get a little bit down on myself, and I think, far out, I've been doing this over a year now. I should have been able to raise more money. I should have been able to give more money to people and to charities and to organisations. But looking back and finding out where the money has gone that we've donated, I'm pretty proud of that. So I've sort of changed my way of thinking a little bit now that we're into the second half of the project, and I shouldn't get bogged down on get bogged down on thinking that I should have done more, because I think what we are doing with this project is pretty important. So my goal now, between here and the rest of the project, is just to get to the next threshold, raise enough money so I can make another donation, just one more donation. If I can get just one more donation each time to another charity or organisation that is supporting people that are struggling, then that's my goal achieved. So whether it's between now and the next 270 streets that I can only make one more donation to a charity or organisation, then that's what it is. But that's just my goal now. I'll put the feelers out to go a little bit outside the box to raise more money and to get more donations, and I've signed up to a pretty popular place. It's not official yet, but I've put an application into to a popular location to do a sausage sizzle. Looking at other places to do concerts and to raise more money, so we can get to that goal, just so we can get to one more donation to a charity. But I'm pretty proud of where we're at right now. So I'm down on War Memorial Drive. Why? I'm going to take a step back, right back to the start when I started this project, and it was around October 2023 where I went to a friend and told them about the project, and we actually got a meeting with the council, Adelaide City Council, and we're wondering if they wanted to get involved, and we're wondering if there was any funding available for a project like this, and it was to no avail. To do a project like this, there was a lot of red tape to go through council, and for council to be able to get behind it and fund it with so many streets and so many locations, it was going to be hard to get permits and things like that. It just became a bit into the too hard basket, and for me to apply for funding, there was such a long turnaround in wait times that I just wanted to get the project started. So after our meeting, I just decided I'm going to get this project going. I'm not going to hang around waiting for grants throughout my music career, and I've sort of put all my eggs in one basket and waited for grants before and been very disappointed. So I thought I just need to start this project. So it was then in 2024, where I started the project, and just went out about it, trying to raise money myself through the GoFundMe. But what I did get out of the council was an awesome map of the city, a pretty detailed satellite image that they use under the City of Adelaide umbrella. And I also got a big list, and that's where I got the count for, the 577, a big list of all the street names in the City of Adelaide. Now, very, very quickly, I got the image of the City of Adelaide, and I'm going to try and use the magic of my video editing skills to show you if you're watching this on video. But the picture they sent me was the City of Adelaide. And the City of Adelaide extends the square mile CBD area, in which we're all probably pretty familiar with. It then extends out to the parklands, and it extends all the way to North Adelaide. So when I got this image, very quickly, not thinking about it, shrunk it down to just the CBD picture that we know, that square mile, sort of pretty easily defined into 4 quarters. And unknowingly, then I looked at the street list numbers, and that was 577. So I've been associating that 577 count with that square mile for a very long time. And it was a major oversight of mine, because that 577 streets actually includes all of North Adelaide and the surrounding parklands. So if you've been following along the project, I am just about to complete the northwest quarter of the city. So then in just a week or two before the school holidays, I will have all the south side of the city complete, as well as the northwest quarter, so 3/4 of the city. And there is not 270 streets left on the Rundle Mall side of the city. So this now includes all north of the city up to North Adelaide. That's why I'm down on War Memorial Drive, sort of addressing this now. So I will be going to North Adelaide, all over that Melbourne Street side, all up the O'Connell Street side, and all sort of west of that as well. All the surrounding parklands around Adelaide, which is not too many, but there's a little bit from West Terrace West, a little bit from East Terrace East, a little bit South Terrace South. So this project could have in fact all been wrapped up in the not too far distant future, I reckon in about 120 streets, except now I've got to venture out and do that. The count's always been 577, and I'm going to stand by that, because I don't want to get this far in the project and say, oh, actually it's only 450 or something like that. So I will now be venturing into North Adelaide. So I've been calling each section of the city a season. Season 1 was the southwest quarter, Season 2, southeast quarter, Season 3, the northwest quarter. As I'm about to finish that, I'm going to continue this as Season 3 up until the school holidays, in which I'll have a break with my family, and then Season 4 will commence, which will then be all the North Adelaide sort of area down into the parklands till we get back to the northeast quarter, in which will be the final quarter of the city. So the project was now actually much bigger. Well, it's always been 577 streets to me, but the project could have been a lot smaller. But I'm not regretting that, because there's a lot of cool stuff in North Adelaide. As I'm sitting right now looking at Adelaide Oval, as I turn around, I'm looking at all this beautiful, the beautiful river, and all this, the convention centre, the festival theatre. Like, the city's a pretty beautiful place. And as we get up to North Adelaide, we're going to have some nice views of the city, and find some nice parks to play in, find some nice places to have a chat, and some cool places to play some music and to create. So I don't think it's a loss. I think this is just another thing to learn and adapt and adjust. And I think that's a big part of the mental health thing. I was originally a little bit disappointed and disheartened, thinking, oh my God, this project could have been over. But for me, I'm kind of glad that it's going to be extended in a way and not over so quickly, because it gives me the chance to connect with more people, gives me a chance to chat to more people, gives me a chance to play more music, gives me a chance to just get to one more donation to a charity or organisation that does support people that are struggling. And as I said before, sometimes I get a bit disheartened, but you know, the money that we've been donating to places has helped people. Sometimes got to sit back and remember that the donation we just made to Still Aware is funding, I think it was 10 midwives to undergo an educational course to help prevent stillbirth. You know, the $500 we gave to the men's shed allows them to get better equipment to make it safer for the men and women that are attending this place for the reason to benefit their mental health. The $500 we gave to Family Connections funded a family to go through a 12-week course to help them navigate borderline personality disorder. The $500 we gave to the Ambulance Wish Foundation was enough to pay for half a wish for someone in palliative care to have one last trip to somewhere like Adelaide Oval for a beer and watch the footy, or somewhere down like the River Torrens and get family photos. So even though we've only raised nearly $8,000 over the course of a year, the places this money is going is really making a difference. So I am really proud of that. But I thought I'd like to do a little solo podcast just to address that this project, if you're following along and the numbers weren't all quite lining up, that's because I'd stuffed them up. That's because, once I edited that image down, all I had in my mind was that square mile of the CBD. But we are now extending it out into North Adelaide and the surrounding parklands. Could have been over quicker, but we're here for the long haul. We're not here to rush it. We're not here just to breeze through this project. We're here to make it. We're here to do it properly. So hopefully, if you've been following along and listening to the podcast and things like that, you can help share this. It really does help. I've been doing it a year, and you know, the same sort of thing. Sometimes I can get disheartened with the social media count and things like that. I think we all get a bit hung up on how many followers we've got and stuff, but I know that the people that are following are extremely important to helping this project go, keep the wheels rolling. So if you do know anyone that the project might sound interesting to, please forward it to them. Please forward them the podcast. Please share the GoFundMe link. Everything counts. Every single one of those people, if they're genuinely interested in the project, is going to help more than 10 people that don't really care. So if you do know someone that wants to follow along, please share it. It really does help out. If you do have a little bit of extra money in your back pocket and want to support the project, then please make a donation through the GoFundMe page. It helps keep this project going. It helps people have a voice to share on the podcast. It helps raise money to go to awesome organisations that are doing awesome work, that are helping people, that really are helping people that are struggling. So all that stuff will be linked in below. And yeah, I hope you can stay following along the journey as we venture up, as we finish the northwest quarter of the city, and we start venturing up into North Adelaide, and then venture back down to the northeast side of the city, where we'll try and finish up in Rundle Mall around December 13th is the plan. So stay tuned, stay cool, stay warm. And thanks very much for supporting the Concrete Connection project. And my name's Ben, and we'll see you soon. Thanks.